What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm trying to film outside, but I feel like it's a little noisy, so we'll see how it goes. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than usual. I'm going to be talking about the things that helped me during my pregnancy when I had really bad morning sickness. And just backstory, I had pretty bad morning sickness up until about 20 weeks. That's when I stopped throwing up finally. And then after 20 weeks, I was still pretty nauseous, but I was no longer throwing up. And so I'm going to be sharing a video of what helped me for my morning sickness. And everybody's different, so some of these things might not help you, but they're just things that really helped me. The first thing that helped me were fireballs. These little candies, they helped me so much, especially during like the first few weeks when I started getting morning sickness. Whenever I felt like I needed to throw up or anything, I would just pop one of those in my mouth, and they helped a ton. They started like hurting my mouth after a while because I was having them so often. And so someone else told me about a different candy that also helped their morning sickness. That candy is called the Starlight Peppermint candies. So these little guys right here, these are the ones I have left over from my pregnancy because I feel like I can only eat them while I'm pregnant now, but I'm sure everybody's seen them. They're these little candies, little mints. They helped me a lot while I was pregnant, especially during the beginning. And the person that told me about them just said that like you need like just mint candies to suck on, or just anything minty that you like. And I found that those really helped, and I found that like the Lifesaver mints helped a lot too. Another thing that I have heard that helps is ginger. Someone told me that like ginger snap cookies helped them a lot, and so I went home and I made ginger snap cookies and I just threw them up. So those specifically didn't work for me, but I've heard that there are other like ginger candies or like ginger things that you can take that help a lot with morning sickness. So I would definitely give those a try for my next pregnancy, or if you are pregnant, I would definitely try something like that as well. Something that helped me so much during the first trimester was sipping on hot chocolate right before I got out of bed in the morning. And so my favorite, of course, is Stevens, and I love the milk chocolate flavor, and I also like the kind that has like the little marshmallows in it. But sipping on hot chocolate right before I got out of bed helped me so much. You can't just like down a whole cup right in the morning. That made me throw up one time, and then I stopped doing that. But when I would just sip on the hot chocolate in the morning before doing anything, that is when it helped the most. And I really did notice a difference with the hot chocolate. I've also heard that you can like eat a little bit in the morning before you get up, and sometimes that will help you. I never ate anything in bed before getting out, so I don't have any experience on that, but I definitely know like the hot chocolate definitely helped me. The next thing that really helped me during my pregnancy and during morning sickness were C-bands. These little guys, they helped me so much. They're most known for helping with motion sickness. So I actually know a few people that wear these in the car because they get really bad motion sickness, and then they're called C-bands because I think they were first made for people who are on boats and go on cruises and ride in boats often, and so that's why they're called C-bands. But they're these little wristbands, and they have these little what do you call that, little points on the inside, and so you wear them on your wrist, and you have to make sure they're in the right spot. So it's like a 3-finger goes underneath the 3rd finger, and you have like a pressure point right here, and it's supposed to help you feel like more balanced, not get as sick when you're in motion. So these I actually wore during like my entire pregnancy because they helped me so much, and I noticed a difference because I thought I was in the clear after like 20 weeks, and I was so nauseous when I wouldn't wear them, and so I continued to wear them, and whenever I didn't wear them I felt so nauseous and I hated it. And so I wore those like my entire pregnancy, and they helped so much. Like it was insane how much they helped. So like I said, I had really bad morning sickness until I was 20 weeks. And then after that, I was still nauseous, but I wasn't throwing up as much. After 20 weeks, what helped me were lemonade or lemon flavored things. And so my favorite go-to lemonade flavor was the Sonic lemonade slush. These, I kid you not, saved me. Like, I had them all the time, more than I'd like to admit, but they made me feel so much better when I was not feeling good on those days. I also craved ice a ton during my second half of my pregnancy, and so it was like the perfect combination because it's like ice and lemon. Other things that helped me were just making sure I was eating things that were easy on my stomach, as well as things that were liquid. And so a lot of times, especially during the beginning, I'd have a lot of smoothies or just things like that were easy to go down and easy to come up. And so I had a lot of like Jamba Juice or Roxbury during the beginning, and those were just easier on my stomach, and they were easier to come up when they did come up, because most of the things I ate did come up. Also, eating like boring foods like saltines. Like, I had a lot of foods that like you would think of like if you were sick, like if you had the flu and throwing up, like what kind of foods would you want to be eating? And so that's usually like the type of foods I would eat, like saltines, soup, toast, just like boring foods. And that's the type of food that I was able to like keep down most of the time. Just some like other things that helped was being the one to drive. Like, if me and Aaron had to go somewhere, if I was the one driving, I had a lot better time on the drive. When he would drive, I would get extremely motion sick. That just added to my morning sickness. And so like whenever we had to go anywhere, I was the one to drive. That really helped me with my morning sickness. Another thing is just like taking things slow. Another thing that made me super nauseous was being on my phone or watching TV. Just like being on screens like made me very nauseous, and so staying off screens was hard because I was in school at the beginning of my pregnancy. And then the last thing I was gonna mention was there are medication that your doctor can prescribe. There's like 2 different ones that I know of. I can't remember the names of them, but I know one of them makes you more drowsy than the other. But I know there's medication that you can use for morning sickness and nausea, and I am not sure how much they help. I was prescribed one of the medicines and I would just throw it up, so it didn't help me, but I know other people who have gotten like the other kind, and that's helped them a lot. I will also be linking everything that I have mentioned down below. You can just check the description if you want to check out any of the things that I've mentioned. Those are just some of my suggestions of what can help while you're sick with morning sickness. It's a fat struggle, so I know. Thanks for watching this video. I know everyone's so different, so just do what works best for you, and let me know if you have any other ideas in the comments down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe.